Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. We are revising the chapters which we have earlier completed. So in the previous class we have done the revision of chapter 1. We have seen that what are the different input process and output cycle which is uh, present in the computer system, then different areas where the computer are beneficial, the different features of the computer like consistency, versatile nature, clear, speed and accuracy of the computer we have seen, the different ways how to keep the computer system clean, the ergonomic concept and humanware concept we have gone through. Now today we are going to revise our chapter 2. So let us come to the textbook. So chapter 2 is about Microsoft SS. So we have already see revised or we have explained the chapter earlier. Right now we are getting the overview and doing the revision. So we have seen that Microsoft SS is a database software, clear, and these database softwares give you the opportunity to create, manage and process the data in the form of table, clear. So in the databases, whatever the information which we save, each piece of information is called as value, and the values are located in the rows and columns. So this tabular representation of a data in a database is in the form of tables. And if we talk about Microsoft SS, it is also a database software, and the extension of the MS Access files are .accdb. So these are the versions. This is the extension for the new version, clear. And earlier the versions before 2007, the extension was MDB, clear. And after 2007 or 2007, 2010 and 2016, these days Office 365, so there are the different versions of the Microsoft SS, and so for the latest version the extension is .accdb and the earlier version is MDB. Now next is, let us erase this. Next is, what is the concept of database? So database is actually, you can say, organized information which is having the features where we can save the data, we can retrieve the data when we want it later, and for doing and managing all these, the softwares which are developed, these are called as database management software, clear. So the full form is database management system, which allows you to perform different activities. What are these? First is to create a database, then to add information in the database, to edit and change, that is modifying the data, deletion of that data. We can perform various other things, for example arranging this, that is called sorting. Retrieving the data means if there is an existing database and if you are making any query to get the values from those databases, that is called as data retrieval, clear. And we have also seen in the chapters about how to create the form and report. So these are all the features which are available in the databases. So basically the database gives you the different ways of organizing the data and also to represent the data in different forms, so that we can represent that data in an appealing and attractive manner. And not only that, we can export the values, or we can uh, merge the values from two different databases, and on the basis of more than two also we can create a combined query and to fetch the values from different databases so that it can serve any purpose, clear. Then the different terms which we have seen in the databases, like what is table? So table is the you can say the collection of information which is organized in rows and column. Then what is record? Record is the row in a database which contains the information about a specific person, product or a event. Then the next is field. So this already we have discussed that suppose this is the table in a database, so the different rows which are there, so these will be about a particular product or item or a person, so these are called as records, and the column which we make in a table, these are called as fields. Clear? So fields are the specific information of a record. Clear? So these are the terms which we have gone through earlier as well, which are related to databases like table, record, field. Okay, now let us erase this and come to the next, that is tables in database. So tables, as we are talking about, that tables is in the form of rows and column, and whatever the data which we are entering in these tables, they are having different fields, and they have some purpose for we have some purpose for making these tables. For example, if there is a customer information related to any business term or business, you can say product inventory. So according to the different scenario, according to the different purpose that these tables or the databases are maintained, and here for all of these databases we need some unique values so that we can distinguish between the different records. Clear? So the examples of database can be various. For example, here few of these are given here as well. For example, the customer care contact information. Then the inventory is the, you can say, the stock which is present in the business firms or the shops where the amount of product and all of the details are there, so that is the product inventory. Okay, coming to the next, that is how to start the MS Access. So if it depends on the operating system you are using, so Windows 7, Windows the earlier version of the Windows operating system, so there you have the option to go to the start button, then different all programs, then in the Microsoft Office we find Microsoft Access, or directly in 2010 we can press the window key and search about SS. So this will open you the SS software. Then how to create a blank database. So when you open this Access window, here we have a blank database option, and when you click on the create, we can give the name of the file. Clear? So if we see also, here it is. Clear? So when you open the SS window, it will give you the option like this, where you can choose the blank database. If you want to give any name of this file, the database file, we can give the name, and now when you click on this create button, a new blank database will be created. Clear? So this was already, we have gone through all these, we are only revising these. So if we come again, clear? So whatever the name of the file which we'll give, automatically this file extension, that is .accdb, this will add it to that file name. Clear? So this identifies that this file is a Microsoft Access file, which is a database. Okay, coming to the next. So when you create this new database, by default there is some name of the table, so it will give you a blank table in which you have some information. So there is a default value, whatever the value, whatever the name of that you can say field or the column, that can be updated, and we can enter the data from here in these databases. Then let us read this update your knowledge as well. So Microsoft Access is a part of Microsoft Office suite. It does not come with all versions of the Microsoft Office. So if you specifically want Microsoft Access, make sure that the Office suite you are purchasing has it. Clear? So this is that whenever you are purchasing the computer or you are installing the software, so maybe that Microsoft Access software is not present in that. So for that we will need to purchase and get it installed on the computer. Next, when you place your mouse pointer in any area of the SS database window, a screen tip is displayed which describes what that area is called. Clear? So this is the, you can say, whenever we move the mouse pointer to any of these cells or any of the position of this window, it gives you a screen tip by which we can identify that what is the name of that particular element. And here the area where the table name is represented, different queries, forms, and all of the different objects which we create in the Microsoft Access, this is present in this navigation pane area. Clear? If we see the different parts of this Access window, here it is explained. So here you can see this is the navigation area where the table, queries, form, reports, whatever the elements which we create, these are present in this navigation page. If we come to this software window also, here you can see right now the table 1 is represented. If you will create any query, any report which we have created in chapter 3, 4, so there we have seen how to create the query reports. So all of these elements, these different objects are present in this navigation area. Then the different elements like quick access toolbar, we already familiar. Then the frequently used icons are present in this quick access toolbar. The name of the file will appear in the title bar. These are the different tabs, and related to these different tabs, the options which are present here below these tabs, this is called as ribbon area. Clear? Then the name of the object, that is if it is a table or query or a report, that this will appear at that object tab area. Clear? So if there are two tabs present, so all of them will have the name of that tab, so which will present in this area. And navigation area, we have just seen all of the objects will appear in this navigation area. Status bar is the bar which is present at the bottom, where we can see the status of the current you can say the window or the different tasks which you are performing. Then we have the different records in this window. Whatever the record which we want to select, we have the record selector which is present at the bottom. So from here we can switch from one record to another. Clear? Then here we have the different view buttons, the data sheet view, design view. Clear? We have already discussed these things, what are data sheet, design view, query view. Clear? So this can be changed from this view buttons which is present here at the right bottom. Next is the explanation of these different terms which we have just seen. Then, and the update your knowledge is the window where the objects are located is also called as database window. Clear? So the navigation area where the different objects are located, this is also called as database window. Now next is how to create a new table in a datasheet view. So when you open any of the new table in Access, so then by default that appears in the datasheet view. So how to create this new table? Go to the create tab and click on the table button. So this will create a new table where you have the rows and column, and this is the datasheet view of that you can say that existing table or the new table which you are creating. Then whatever the name of the different tabs which we want, this can be edited from by clicking on these different elements or the column headers. Clear? So this way the position of that, the name and different data type can be selected. Data type, we have talked that whatever the type of field means the type of values you are going to enter, so these data type decide that. So suppose you are entering the name, so you can select the text data type. If you are entering any number, so for that we have the number data type. Clear? So these are the different data types which is required to be selected from here. Now if we come to the next page, that it is here talking about the different data types. Clear? So here we have the field name, that is the name of the column which we are creating. Then the data type is the text, which is you can say the different characters it is accepted in the text data type. And here we have the limit of 255 characters, the maximum characters which can be entered using the text data type is 255, and we cannot perform numerical calculation over the text data type. Clear? So any name, if we want to enter the number also, this can be written in the text data type as well, but it will not give you the option to do calculation. Clear? Then the memo data type we have, which is the data type if we want to enter descriptive values. For example, if there is any paragraph which is required to be written, so here we have the data range of 63,999 characters. Clear? So this way this gives you the opportunity to enter the data which is more in characters, the number of lines can be entered. Next is the number data type. So using the number data type, we can use the decimal point, commas in between these numbers, and also we can perform calculation over these values which we are entering with the number data type. The next is the currency. So currency and date and time. So if you are saving any date and time values, for example, if you are making a database where the time of the employees is denoted, that what was the time they came to the office, or if there is any time related values in a database, so this can be saved with the date and time data type. Then the next is currency. So currency is the data type where you are saving the monetary values. So here we have the calculation option with this currency also. We can insert the currency symbol, commas, decimal with these. Then auto number is a data type if you want to save a data where automatically the sequence of that is generated. For example, if you are making a record where we have the different names, and if you want that a serial number of all these automatically comes like 1 2 3, so for making this sequence we don't need to enter it again and again. So for that we can use the auto number data type. So if we make a field and give the data type as auto number, automatically this sequence will be generated. Okay, so before this, let us come to this table. So here whatever the data type we are choosing, how to choose that? If we click on this header, you can see here we have this data type which is appearing. So whatever the data type we want, suppose we are talking about the number or auto number, so let us see where we have the, here you can see text, number, currency, date and time. So these are all appearing. So if you want any number data type and whatever the name of the field you want, that can be written. So these were all we have discussed in the previous databases. Let me show you example of this. So if I open an existing database, so let us wait for a moment. So it is opening. Okay, so here it is. So these were the database which we have created earlier. So whatever the name of the fields, these different columns, so these were done. So this view where the data is present in a tabular form, this is the data sheet view. Clear? And the data types of these are denoted when we want to enter. Suppose we want to enter a new data type here. So when we click on that, the data type option is appearing. We can choose the type, data type here, and whatever the name of that field you want to give, that can be given after the selecting this data type. So suppose we want to enter the column name as contact number. Clear? So suppose we want contact number to be present here. Okay, so here after writing this, if we want to adjust the width of that, we can drag this from this edge and we can adjust the width and position of these. Clear? Now next, if we come to the book, so we were discussing the different data types. So currency we have discussed. Auto number, we were talking that if you want a sequential number series, so we can use the auto number. Then yes and no is a data type which is represented for the values where we want yes or no or 0 and 1. So 1 is represented, the value 1 represent yes, and the value 0 represent no. So in a similar way, if you want to appear this values as true and false or yes and no, this can be formatted. Clear? Then OLE object, if you want to insert some data from other application like Word or Excel, you can use the OLE object. So OLE object, the full form is object linking and embedding. So using this we can insert images, we can insert the different files, you can say different data which is present in similar other files. Clear? Then hyperlink is if you are willing to insert the web pages email address. So for these operations or these type of values, you can use the hyperlink data type. Then lookup wizard, if you want to choose the values with a drop down where we have multi-valued list. For example, there is a city column, and when you open this city or click on this drop down, the names of the cities are appearing, and from this if you are choosing the any of the values, so this type of data type can be chosen from lookup wizard. Okay, next is attachment. Let us erase this first. So attachment is the data type where you can attach the different word processing programs, spreadsheet, the different graphical editing programs. Clear? So this is this data type is present in the versions after 2007 and 2010. Clear? And the earlier versions don't have this attachment data type. Then calculated, there is one more which is used for calculated field directly, and this is also present in the version 2010, after 2010 versions. Then we have the description option. By using this description option, we can enter the detailed description of all the fields within the table. So this these options, the field name, data type and description, these are available in the design view of the database. So right now, as we were discussing, this is the data sheet view. So here we can give the data type while making, but if you want to do any modification or any changes and the description if you want to write, for that we need to go to the design view. So if I click on this window which is present at the bottom, here you can see the different views are present. So if you want to switch to the design view, you can click on this. Clear? So here we were talking about the field name, the data type and the description. So whatever the column name which you have written in the database, that will appear here. The data type can be chosen or can be selected from this data type option, and description is the you can see the information which you want to get appear for the any of the users, so that the values can be entered. So this can be written in the description area. Clear? So here it is talking about the same, that we can enter detailed description of all the fields within the table. So here the table view, the data sheet view and design view can be switched from the from create option also. So if we want to come to this table design button, we can go to the create and click on the table design option. Here also this will give you the design view option. So let us come again. So this was the data sheet view. If you want the design view, go to the create and click on the table design. So if I click on the design table design, this will give you the new blank database in the design view only. Clear? So from here the data can be entered via the design view, and the earlier view which we are seeing, that was existing table that is in the data sheet view, and this is when we are creating a new table with a design view approach. So from here whatever the name of the column which we want, that can be entered, the data type can be chosen from here and description from here. For example, let us give some values. For example, if we are making a database like name, so name will be something. Okay, so here the name will be in the form of text. Clear? So if you want to write the description, that can be written. Then if you want to write admission number, so here from we can give the name of the field, then here the type will be number. Okay, then suppose if there is a roll number or something like that, so this can be done with this. So here we have the different data types. Here you can see we have the auto number data type. So as we were talking about, if you want to use the sequence automatically generated, for that we have the auto number data type. So suppose right now we have inserted 3 only, and if you want to view this in a data sheet view, so we can switch from this button at the bottom, or also we have the view option. From here we can switch from one view to another. So let us click on this data sheet view. So it is asking first save the table, so click yes. So it is asking any table name, let it be table 1. So right now it is giving you the message that there is no primary key identified. So this is when we create any different fields, it is required to make any primary key. So right now admission number is a field which can be made as a primary key. Clear? So for making the primary key, if we come to the database, here we can see we will have the option to make any field as a primary key. Clear? So primary key is present in the design view. So if we want to make any field as a primary key, come to the design view and click on the primary key. Clear? So this admission number will now become a primary key, and this is appearing with the key symbol to the left. Now if you want to switch to the data sheet view, here we can switch. Clear? So admission number, roll number and name, these were the three fields which we have created, and the same are appearing here. So now we can enter the values. For example, I am entering a value Rahul, then admission number, give it some number like 2563. Now you can see automatically the roll number is appearing as it was a auto number data type. Clear? Then if we come to the new next row, that is the record. So here if I enter the next value, automatically the roll number is appearing again, and here the new admission number we have entered. So the number of times we will keep on entering the values. Let me increase the size so that it can appear little bit bigger. Okay, so this way the values and the data type can be chosen and entered in the data sheet view or the design view as well. And the data type, as you can see, we have given the option of the auto number, that is why automatically the roll number column is being filled. Clear? So if I come again to the existing database, so this was about how to create a database in a design view, and we can choose the data type. Here it is described about the same, the name of the field, the data type can be chosen from here, and the description is there where we can write the detailed description of any of these field names. Clear? So data sheet view, design view we have discussed, and the different approaches how these values can be inserted. Then the different shortcut commands are there. If you want to open a new database, for that we can use the shortcut Ctrl+N. Then if you want to open an existing database, for that we can press the Ctrl+O button. Clear? Then if you want to close that MSSS software, for that Alt+F4. Clear? For saving the existing object or the table which we are entering the value, for that we can press the Ctrl+S button. And the primary key, just we have seen how to make the primary key by going to the design tab and select that particular field which you want to make as the primary key, and click on the primary key. So this will add the key symbol. So primary key is basically, you can say, a field which differentiate with different records. So this is something which is unique for all of the values. For example, the admission number is something which is unique. If there is a roll number, so that will also be unique for all of the students of the class. But if we talk about that, can a name be a primary key? So it may happen that the names of the students may have a similar name in a particular class, or if it is of the whole school, so it may be possible that there are different students with the same name. So that is why we choose those fields as the primary key where all the values are unique, there is no repetition. Clear? So in the primary key there is a restriction that none of these values can be repeated. Clear? So this is the concept of primary key. So let us conclude for today and revise the things which we have discussed. In the next class we will continue the remaining portion of this chapter, and then we will see about the field properties and the various other field size options which are available in the design view. Okay, so go through the different concept, and if there is any confusion we will discuss in the online session. Thank you.